Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead and release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, will save the day.
Hello. Hi everyone, it's Elise from East Dog World. For day 7. Can you believe it? It's day 7. Day 7 of my 100-day vlog journal journey challenge. That's a tongue twister. So today's the 7 out of 100th day of me vlogging every single day. And honey, it's starting to like pour in. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I could see, I knew there was a reason why I accepted this challenge, but like now, like the reason is coming forth, and it's only the 7th day. So I'm really just like in a sweet spot right now. If you do not know me, my name is Elise from East Dog World. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, you're reoccurring, welcome back. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on that bell notification button so that way you can see every single time that I post a new video. So while I'm at work, like I said, it's been pouring in. I'll write down like a bunch of topics that are coming to my head, or like thoughts that are coming to my head. And I'm like, this could be a good subject matter to journal about. So remember, these entries are literal journal entries that I'm just recording for you guys. But it's in the form of a journal. So it's my thoughts, it's my realizations, it's like, I explained yesterday in yesterday's journal page, I guess you can call it, about how I definitely need a nervous system reboot. You know, to kick off my skill stacking endeavor that I'm on internally, to increase my wealth and to increase, you know, just my integrity, if you will. So all this came up. So imagine me grooming dogs, okay? I'm a dog groomer. So I'm cutting dog hair and thoughts are just coming into my head. Topics are just going into my head. Excuse the noise in the background. The water's running. I'm just gonna wait for that to stop. Okay. Thoughts are just coming in and ideas. So I wanted to pick one right in front of you guys. I had one earlier that I wanted to do, but as you can see, I'm ready for bed. I wanted to do one early. I noticed that the morning and the afternoon are like my peak hours. It's like my best creative hours. Like especially the like around 10, 11 is like, that's when my like mental email comes in of like all the amazingness moving forward. So I wrote a bunch of things. So I had 2 topics in specific that I wanted to do, but I think I want to save them because they're pretty deep. I'm not even going to say that they're kind of deep. They're deep and they're pivotal. So I want to wait for those when I can actually like sit up and go in depth. But until then, I will pick one according to how I feel at this very moment. Was this the one that I wanted to do that I'm like, no? Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I wanted, you know, I should have did this before, but I wanted you guys to see exactly how these vlogs come to be. I decided to do the clerical work in front of you guys. I still want to find like a cool one, like a in-depth one, just not as in-depth as the two. Grace, repeat. Okay, let's do this one. The scarcity mindset. That one's a deep one and an important one because I need to understand it too, really in depth. Not only for my life and how I could either be like, you know, really like receiving with like no cap, you know, on like an abundance level, or I could have like a cap because there's some like limiting beliefs and there's like a cap of how much I think that is appropriate, and with like the sayings that we've all been brought up on, like money doesn't grow on trees, you know, I work hard for my money, like I don't want to just waste, like obviously you want to like be financially smart, but there's like this abundance level that I have not, like I've tapped into, but in very slow spurts. It comes in like, my life requires me to make more money because like, you know, of course with inflation, but like, okay, now my situation and my living situation is like this, or the rent has went up, or I desire to have this spot versus the other spot that I have, or I want to move out, or I just got a brand new car, or, you know, there's some, you know, physical work that I have to get done that I have to pay out of pocket, or, you know, just, you know, I want to enhance my life. So I have like certain memberships that I pay for monthly, and I want, my son, you know, needs Wi-Fi, like all these things that I maybe have not needed 5 years ago, like I need now. These are all true things that I just stated. I just gave you my real-time examples. Then the money comes. You know what I'm saying? Like the money just shows up. But how can I do that just for the heck of it? Like if I close my eyes, I remember the steps that I took to be like, oh, no problem. I just need a number so that way I know what to work towards. Or I know what to like just to have like a number in my mind, because I don't want to say no because I've already decided that I want this. Like I can't imagine, like I couldn't have imagined like what I pay just monthly, because I do not own, I rent right now, like 3 years ago. I would have been like, no, that's too expensive. But now it's quite up there, but you know, I feel, and I'm a strong believer, that if I'm going to work hard, I have to lay my head down somewhere where I'm comfortable and somewhere that I want to be. If not, then like, why am I working? Like, I don't want to work to not be like in my own space, I guess, if that makes sense. So it's not a burden, or it doesn't bother me to like pay for things that I want. Does that make sense? So the money will come, but it's like there has to be like a reason, not just because. But that actually stems from a deep-rooted scarcity mindset that has evolved, and why my threshold has got bigger, obviously. But it's like I want to just like have it completely just like, you know. So I feel like that's like something that I'm going to apply. That just came in my head like, hey, let's like, you ask for what things to like pay more attention to, or like, you know, these are the hows. The hows are coming in for like certain things that I have already put and prayed for, or asked about, or desired. The hows are coming in. This is a stack of hows, okay? Oh, it took me forever just to say that. This is a stack of hows, okay? So not only is it important because of course it will open up like a whole amazingness for me and the abundance I can actually reap and understand it. But I'm raising a whole person. So the quicker I learn this, the quicker I can make sure that I don't instill a scarcity mindset into him where like this is too much or like money don't grow on trees and all those sayings that we don't realize subconsciously makes it so hard. Not so hard, but like the space in between of opening like the cap comes from. So hopefully that made sense. And then, okay, so with that being said, this is something that I have been understanding and obviously my life shows it. But it also like gives me a layer of what I'm willing to accept, especially when it comes to my partner if I'm going to have one. I'm not going to say that it like lathers me in a little bit of cockiness because absolutely not, because ultimately God blesses me with these things. But it also is like, you're going to have to match me or better. I don't want to ever hear like a rhetoric like of anything that I'm focusing on and doing. Like, I don't want to be told like that it can't, or like it's too, I don't want to hear the scarcity. And I also don't want to be thrown in my face how much this costed and I did this and like throwing a number at me, because even though it's a necessity, obviously, and I don't want to feel bad for it, be like, yeah, you need to be able to not only take care of yourself, but you're going to have to take care of me. I want you to feel like a provider. I don't want to take that God-given right away from you. Okay. This is just in a relationship, but this could be even in like clientele, you know, and your pricing. I'm speaking to myself, but maybe someone out there needs to hear this. For example, so when I moved to Georgia, my hair grew exponentially, okay? Really long. And then it actually got damaged about, like, it's going to be almost maybe 2 years now, or maybe like a year and some change. So I had the locks in my hair, which I'm going to do a whole vlog about that, and it's going to be really intense. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be called How I Turned Lemons into Lemonade. So I got pictures of how my hair got damaged and just like the whole journey of that. So just backtracking. I moved here, right? Hair grew like crazy, got damaged, got locks in my hair, which is basically like the nice little individual locks in my hair, let my hair heal and grow back. And now it's I actually brushed all the locks out. So right now this is just braids, but I haven't even seen what my hair looks like. I've been waiting to treat myself to an experience, right? But for just as a just a little snippet of what happened, I pay almost $300 to get my hair done here in Georgia. And I feel like that's why it was growing. So it's expensive, but it's like an investment. You know, it's expensive. But like the treatments that they do and like just the whole thing, I can see the effects from it. So yeah, I may not do it every 2 weeks, but when I do it and it lasts and it's just amazing. But I ended up going someplace for $40, and that's how my hair got ruined. So it took 2 years for it to heal, and it's healed now, and I haven't even seen it I haven't even seen it since I took it out. I just immediately put it in braids. So long story short, I knew that when I forked up that $40 that I was more than likely making the worst mistake of my life. But I was just like, oh my God, wow, yeah. Just blow dry my hair and straighten it. Just because I had like an event and I needed to be quick and it was by my house. Also, that hairdresser that I have to pay almost $230 to $300 depending on if I get it cut or not. she is far away from here. It's like an hour away. So not only is it a drive, but it's expensive, and I have to make sure I have time in my schedule to make sure I get there. And I only like people to do my hair when they're like in their right mindset. So I'm not trying to be like the fifth head that you're doing. Like, it's a whole thing that has been applied in a way of life when it comes to my hair. That obviously why my hair ended up being like literally down to my back. I've never had my hair that long. Like, it was growing like a weed. Okay, like just growing. Like, no matter what. Then go someplace and spend $40. From a sheer scarcity mindset. Like, it's $40, it's right here by the house, it's quick. 2 years I had to pay for that. Okay? But before that, right? And I don't know why I didn't go to this lady. But before that, when I went to New York, so I went to the $230 woman. Amazing. But she didn't have any appointments. This is all going to make sense. I'm giving you like a story of time right now, but it's all going to make sense. Then I have a trip to New York, and I go and get my hair done, and it's $60. So from $230 to $60. And I made my disclaimer. My hair is natural. There is no products in it, like any sort of perms or anything. Like, it's natural, and I want my hair to be done naturally. She did it for $60. I ended up giving her $100, which is what I'm used to paying, almost $300 for my hair. But she lives like in the middle. So like here is the $40 one that messed up my hair after that. This was like months later, because I only straighten my hair maybe like once or twice a year. Not even. So 230 lives all the way over here. No, sorry. 230 lives 300. We're going to say just 300, because I end up, with tip, I always end up spending like 300. 300 lives all the way over here. 60 lives about right here, so about maybe 30 minutes from me. And then $40 that I had to pay 2 years of a sentence lives literally 4 minutes from my house. So when I paid the $60 one, I don't know why I didn't go to that one, but she did an amazing job. Natural, no chemicals in my hair, nothing, and it came out beautiful, just like the $300 one. I don't think that she got the memo that these days people are charging $300 for hair. She's still in the times of like $50 roller set days, but did an amazing job. So that's why I gave her the 100, because I'm like, this is a major come up. Like, I'm used to spending $300. I'm just going to give her 100, but it's still like a come up, But I said all that to say that I'm to a point where I'm not even attracted to, especially after that lesson I learned with the $40 one. If I'm not attracted anymore, if I see it as a red flag that you're charging me $40, because she ended up putting a bunch of chemicals in my hair was falling out. I don't want to go into deep, because I really want to make that into like a whole vlog for you, because it was intense. Okay, I was messed up mentally, because you imagine my hair is down to here. Like, I was in trauma from that situation. Okay, so I'm not attracted to like scarcity mindset things. Low prices, low value, low ball deals are gonna make me be like, question. Like, that's just the point that I'm at in my life. And I'm not gonna question somebody telling me, yeah, I'll do your natural nappy head, okay? That's down to here, hair is down to here. But before she does it, my hair is like stuck to my head, okay? It's like a Brillo pad. So yeah, it's worth $300. I'm not in a scarcity mindset where I'm like, how are you going to charge me $300? That is so expensive, because I know the work, and I know the products, and I know the treatment and the time and the labor, okay? So if I'm not attracted to $40 prices, $40 value of work that my hair is going to fall on the floor, like, how much more is it like that abundance not going to be attracted to me if I have like that type of mindset, maybe in different areas that I'm not aware of? And then vice versa, I'm not attracted to anyone who's trying to lowball me, trying to throw in my face like, oh, I spent this and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're supposed to, if you want to. So these are things that, like, everything in life, we need to be wanting to do these things. I want to spend $300. I am okay with spending $300 for my hair. I will make sure that I do a couple extra dogs and gladly spend $300 where I know it's going to do a world of wonders for my hair. And I'm not going to sit here. I'm telling you guys it's $300, but I don't walk around and be like, oh, I paid $300 for my hair. I do not do that. Because, yeah, it's a pretty penny, but that's not, I want you just to focus on the hair, okay? Like, the money is it's like, apparently, okay, I haven't tapped into this, but apparently it's just like a figment, okay? So I've been able to feel that in certain parts of my life, but I don't have a hook on that. So I know that one way to better understand it is to just let go of the scarcity mindset and let go of anything that's treating me with scarcity mindset. So any clients that I have that are like, well, I'm used to paying and that was $20 more than I thought. Like, if you don't give me an immediate, like, oh yeah, okay, well, what's your prices, just so I can make sure that I have the money, I don't want you as a client anymore. Like, that's where I'm at in my life. In this stage of my career, like, I just want clients that are a client like me. Like, how I'm like that to my hairdresser, like, oh, okay, $300, no problem. I need my clients to be like, okay, I just want to know the price so I can have the money. Not I want to know the price so I can talk you down. I could throw in your face of how I always spent this. I could throw in your face of why I may think like that's a little bit too much, and actually sit here and have a 5-minute conversation of haggling. Nobody haggles me, for the record. And that alone, I just am like, this is amazing. Like, I'll just say, like, living here has been nothing but a blessing. Like, it's just been really smooth sailing. And it helps a lot visually to see what not scarcity mindsets look like. And just being, like, treated like, oh, I did this or I bought this and, like, I need you to know that I've already spent this much. Like, if you feel that way, it's because you don't have it. And if you don't have it, you have no business. You need to be alone, okay? If the shoe fits, wear it. Okay, I'm having a moment. I don't know. This just merged into a moment. And, like, if you're going to throw in my face, or even clients, okay, let's take it off of the personal, because that was actually something that actually happened where the person just kept throwing in my face. And it's like, in other words, you don't have it. Like, I don't do things if I don't have it. Okay? Like if it ripped away and the scarcity, I'm just not here for the scarcity mindset. I'm not going into detail. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. Y'all read between the lines. I think we're all adults here. I have no time. There's only 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and I don't have time for that. I'm not attracting that. I don't want that being attracted to me. I even had, this was in Miami years ago. This is me still in the beginning of my career of what I do now. And I'll never forget, there was this lady and she had this dog and she always gave me a tip. And I'm young, okay? I don't even have did I have my son yet? Yeah, I had my son. He was little. But she would give me a tip, but she would complain like every other time. So one groom, she'll be so happy, and then the next groom, she'll be like, well, and then she would sit there for 10 minutes and complain. So it started giving me like anxiety, like every single time I would see her on my schedule. It would bother me. And then one day I just got fed up, okay? I got fed up, and I was like, when she comes, if she complains today, I'm going to tell her. I'm going to have a talk with her back. She thinks she's having a talk with me. I'm going to have a talk with her. And sure enough, that day she did. So she thinks she's going to have a talk with me and do her normal complaining. And I told her, I said, look, if you're not happy with my work, then you need to find another groomer. because this is an art, this is a craft. You want me, you request me. Sorry, I have like a million messages coming through right now. You want me, you request me. So if you're not happy with the work that I'm doing, then you need to go somewhere where you're happier. She says this line here, and this line got her fired as a client. You can fire your clients. You do know that, right? You do not have to service people and deal with ungratefulness, okay? You don't have to. And she says, but I tip you every time. I always leave you a tip. And I said, do you think a tip? I lost it. And when I lost it, I didn't go crazy, but I just was like, oh my God, no, you don't get to pay to complain for 15 minutes and make me feel bad and think I'm going to be like, oh, well, that is true. She does tip. I don't care about your tip. So it's like I've always had it in me, like, not attracted to the scarcity mindset stuff. Money, even though it's a necessity, it is not something that's going to make me shut my mouth. It's not going to make me something that's going to make me be like, oh, I guess when I put it on the scale, like, and it's not the first thing that attracts me. What attracts me is not having a scarcity mindset and you being able to take care of yourself and respect. Those are the three things that are going to make me kind of break my neck and be like, what an amazing individual. You know, not you throwing in my face, like, where ultimately it's like, I'm giving you this tip, but I really don't want to. I'm doing it, but I really don't want to. So to make myself feel, or I don't have it. So to make myself feel better, I just complain. It's like, look, let's both do each other the favor and just, you know, so I went on a rant tonight. But, you know, I put in parentheses here, you know, it stems from lack. And it's not my job to make you educate yourself on the concept of lack, to give you like the heads up that you're exhibiting lack, or you're, without realizing it, you're expressing lack. That is not my job. I'm just out of here. Okay. And I don't want to be made to feel bad or anything. I just don't have time for it. I work very hard. I do what I'm supposed to do. And if I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Like I don't, there's over 8 billion people in this world. We do not have, you know, like, no one's forcing anything here. Client-wise, relationship-wise, you know, sales-wise, mindset-wise, anything. Like, nobody, like, it is like free game right now, like, in this life. Like, go where you fit in. Do not try to convince and like plead your case. And I don't ever want to be put in a predicament where I am pushed to the limit where I start spewing out everything that I've ever done for you. Everything that I've ever put aside to try to make this work. Because I did it from the heart. I did it because I could. If I can't, in this day and age, I will say I cannot. I cannot go. I cannot attend. I cannot buy that. I cannot do that. I cannot go there, like, because I just can't. Either my funds don't allow it, my schedule doesn't allow it. I just don't want to, because I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's gives a better, like, avenue, like, go find someone else who will, like, a better clientele, or like, don't waste your time trying to sell this to me because I don't want it. You know, like, just to not waste time. And I have to remember that, because if not, then I may fall into my people-pleasing ways. When I really care about somebody or something, I can exhibit people-pleasing. And it's such a, like, it could be a dangerous territory, because things get misconstrued and feelings could get hurt, and it's just like, I invested all this. It's like, it is not my job for you to acknowledge that you couldn't do those things. And you did them, which means you could. But you're in a lack mindset where you don't feel like it's going to come back or you feel like you wasted, you know? You should just do it because you can and it's not a waste. So it comes from like that concept of like loan versus keep. If I ever loan somebody money, I already know I'm not getting it back. Okay? I always pay people back if I ever like borrow money, which has been, I can count on one hand. Just because I will work hard just to not have to, not because I don't want to ask for anything, but it's just like, God gave me two hands and I could just pray for it. Like, you know, like, and God will give it to me. And I just know people have their own situations and they're going through their own stuff. I just make use of my time so that way I take care of the things that I need to take care of and don't have to ask. But it's a branch off of the loan versus keep. Okay, well, give me all this stuff that I bought you back. Like that whole energy, like it's over. So now it's just like it's a mindset of scarcity. And this was for me, and then I'm sharing it with you, whoever this viewer is that might need to hear this. Like, keep this concept in mind. Do a little bit more research, and like if you exhibit some of the things, or you've been like dealt some of those things, or it brings about a certain situation, like educate yourself, because it really, I think, affects the whole abundance factor thing. Food for thought. So yeah, that was a whole spiel. But other than that, cheers to day 7. I will definitely catch you on the next one. Don't forget, if you are new here, wave at me right there in the little comment box. Put a little yellow wave in there. And if you're not new here, a purple heart specifically. And until next time, I will catch you on day 8, if God allows, of my 100-day journal journey challenge.